All right, kids, welcome back to the shop. Today we're making some T-nuts for the drill press. I measured the slot. I'm going to need it 0.980 long. That has nothing to do with the slot. We're going to make it 5/8 of an inch high. The first step, which will be this one, whatever we call that, is going to be 0.375. That's 3/8 of an inch. This will be a quarter right here. And then the width will be 0.545. Threads will be 1/2 by 13 coarse threads. I did 3D print this. I made this 1 inch long. And if we come over to the table, you can see it fits in there good. There you go. There's some wiggle room, which I like that. I hate having a T slot that you have to force in place. This is a little cumbersome getting this in place, but that'll work out good. So now I have some scrap metal here. I had it. Here it is. So I have some scrap metal. This is from something. I forget what this is from. This might be from the filing vise. I don't remember. And it doesn't matter. And I have some here. So I have enough to make probably 4 T-nuts, so let's have at it. All right, so the height of these is 5/8 of an inch, 0.625, and that's what I'm marking out here. I'm just going to make the mark, a little sanity check. Let's head over to the mill and get this sized up. All right, this is a no-brainer. I set my dial indicator to the depth that I want to remove, and then I just mill off what I don't need. It's as simple as that. We were looking for 0.625, and what do we got here? 0.628. That's close enough. Okay, guys, time for a little math. So what we have here is we have 0.222, right? That's that little notch here. This is 0.546, okay? So from the total, from the end here to this point is 0.768 plus 1/2 inch totals 1.268. I'm going to explain what I'm doing here. So when I mill with and I'm going to explain what I'm doing. So on the DRO, and when I'm milling, I'm going to be using a 1/2 inch end mill. Let's say this is an end mill, right? So I'm going to zero it out right here, and I'm going to come in 0.222, right? I'm going to make my cut like that. So now, remember, this is my cutting edge. So now I need to come over 0.546, and this is my 0 point, or my datum. It's already in 0.222. We're going to come over 0.546 to this point. Well, I can't make a cut because I need to be over here another 0.222, correct? Well, the only thing we have to do is offset the distance of the tool, which in this case is a 1/2 inch. Come over here a 1/2 inch, and look, I'll be right on my mark, which is 0.760, this total, plus 5 equals 1.268. Now remember, this isn't to scale, right? Now, this is 0.222, I keep saying that, which equals 0.444. I'm using a 1/2 inch end mill, so when I make this cut right here at this point, it's going to make this cut also. It's going to be a little wider. It's no big deal. So the cutters actually will be up against that. You understand what I'm saying? Now we're going to come over 0.546, right? Plus the 0.5, right? Now remember, this is a running total because we were already at 1.268. Once you add everything up, my end result is going to be 2.314. So really, in the whole grand scheme of things, we need to know 3 dimensions. That's it. That's all we have to know. So, well, right, we need to know 3 numbers when we go to the mill in the DRO. We need to know number 1 is 0.222. That's this point right here, right? So then we need to know the second point, or number, which is 1.268. And then we need to know the last, which is 2.314. So there we go. That's the only 3 numbers we have to know when we go to the milling machine and the DRO. Let's hope for the best. Okay, guys. So if you look down there, I have the Dow indicator set. And then I have my indicator set here. And if we go to 0, hopefully you saw that 0 is there. See 0 in the indicator, and if we go like this, we're just touching the part. So that's our 0 mark. Perfect, right? Okay, so now I need to edge find this, and I'm just going to use the end mill same way. I'm just going to barely touch it, and then I'll come up and zero out my DRO, and then I'll be able to put in my coordinates. So let's get you guys set up. Yeah, my lighting's pretty shitty here for some reason. I'm not so sure why, but so let's just go over here. Come up like so, like, huh? Here, maybe I can put you over here. I don't know. Can you guys see what's going on? I don't know if you can or not. And then we're just going to come over. Let's come up some more. And then, okay, there we go. All right, so now we are zeroing everything. 0, 0. Okay, so that's our 0 point. So now I am going to come in. So let's go back. Let's lower this thing. So there's 0. No, it's not quite 0. It's not 0. That's 0. So let's go a little bit less. Okay. All right, so that's perfect. So now we need to come in 0.222. Oh, wrong way. I know it says minus, but .2. Hopefully you guys saw that. 0.22. Lock the table. Okay, so now a sanity check. Hopefully you guys can see that mark. Can you see that? So that's perfect. And I'm probably only going to take off like 50 thousandths at a time. That's what I'm guessing. Okay? And I will be watching that gauge down there, my Dow indicator, and I will be using this. Okay? Because remember, we need to come down, I think it's a 1/4 inch. I forget, actually. All right, let's get you set up. Let's get everything set up and get this going. Okay, so now we need, so look there, we need 1.272. The lock shit. There we go. Put the tripods in the way. 1.272. It's close enough. Let's lock it down. Okay, and let's see where we're at here. I'm gonna say, bingo. We're right where we should be. Okay. Say that's looking pretty good. Oh, definitely. Okay, so now, okay, so our last number needs to be 2.314. That's pi. 0.314, right? So unlock this, unlock the table. 3.3, right? 2.314. 314. There it is. That's good enough. Lock her down. How do we look? We look pretty damn good. Okay, hopefully you guys saw that. That turned out perfect. Now we have to go to the bandsaw. We got to split this. We got to cut it to 1 inch. And we're going to have to get rid of that. And that looks like that's going to be perfect. All right. All right, let's do this. That turned out really well. If you look here, look at here. We are real close. Obviously, we have to trim this up. That has to be that 0.2222, right? All right, obviously back at the mill. So I have my end mill up against this edge. I zeroed out my digital readout. So now we have to come over 0.222. Remember that magic number? I forget what exactly it was. It's 22222. Okay, that's going to be fine. It's going to be perfect. Let's lock the table. Let's lock the table. Alright, so that's where we want to be. That makes sense. So now, let's start just milling off this edge. This is looking pretty good. I didn't measure it. I think it looks pretty good. So now, I think what I'm going to do next is I'm going to split it this way, then do this way. Well, I went to the bandsaw without you guys. I cut them. It was uneventful. You see me use the bandsaw 1,000 times. All right, let's go to the mill and drill these things. Okay, guys. I got a U drill bit here because this is 7/16, 14 threads per inch. I have my stop set up because these things are pretty close to being the same. I did edge find. I used the drill bit to edge find. I know you're not supposed to do that. We are set to 0, and I'm hoping that I don't have to edge find every time. So I got pretty lucky here. All of the T-nuts were the same size, so I was able to use that stop. So everything just worked out just perfect. Okay, guys, that's a wrap. I got them all tapped. I started cleaning them up. They look pretty good. I didn't clean them all up. Here we go. So here's a 7/16. I still got to make some all thread so I can button everything down the way I want. But here, I'm going to give you an idea. Hopefully you guys can see it. Zoom out a little bit here. So there you go. That's what we want. They fit in there good. And obviously the idea is we will eventually clamp down the vise and anything else that we want to. So there you go. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this video. And as always, thanks for watching. Please subscribe.